We have a tone of voice that is unapologetic, rebellious, to the point, and in many ways reflects how runners engage with running and how they are constantly pushing themselves. We were responsible for rebranding Nike Run. Nike was the pioneer within the running space and the top of mind brand when people thought of running. Over the years, Nike expanded into many different verticals, different sports, especially within younger audiences. That connection that once existed between Nike and running was no longer there. So that was the first challenge. How do we reclaim that position of leadership that Nike always had? But then two, how do we create a truly flexible system to accommodate for all of the different communities that are part of Nike? When we think about running, it is definitely one of the most democratic sports there is, and it has such a global presence. So Nike is simultaneously having activations, campaigns, events, marathons all over the world. On the one hand, we want to make sure that there's cohesion in how Nike shows up, but at the same time, adapting to the nuances of each culture. When we landed on the Nike Run lockup, it felt like it was always there. It was designed to be this timeless representation of the inseparable nature of Nike and running. And it also served as this declarative call to action, like an invitation for people to run. Having that anchor then gave us permission to be way more expressive through other brand elements and also bringing in a really confident tone of voice. We have a very specific choice of font. Helvetica is already a part of the Nike brand, but to us, it played this role of becoming a vessel for expression. So through language, Nike was able to activate the brand across multiple different countries. The copywriting itself takes aspects of those cultures to speak directly with the people that are engaging with the brand on a local level. We also have larger messaging, which creates a really strong through line across all these different communities. The color choices were relatively straightforward. Orange is that iconic Nike color that everyone knows. We wanted to bring an aspect of familiarity. We wanted to still hint at that legacy of Nike, but at the same time, it's really warm. It has fire in it, that fierce energy of the running community. On the other hand, we also introduced the Volt Yellow, which is also a Nike color, but in a way it speaks more closely to more youthful audiences. It brings an element of technology and innovation. Traditionally, brands and branding have been based on this idea of consistency at all costs and making sure that we're basically logo stamping long enough where people are going to remember you. But in the society we live in today, the amount of information that people have to digest is so big that they're not able to engage meaningfully with brands if they're not constantly adapting and changing and they're constantly alive. But I think Nike is a good example because in order for you to be able to be constantly evolving, you need to have specific anchors that make sure that you're not floating away from your DNA as a brand.